Hello everyone, I'm here at Don't Park on the Grass 2024 with our current reigning #1 Melee player and the man who shares my name, Zain, who has finished round 2 pools and is just taking some time to hang out with me for the day. Zain, how are you feeling?
I feel good. I'm playing good today.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I said that. Okay, look. So full disclosure, we tried to record this interview once, and then my camera messed up. So I'm gonna ask some repeat questions.
It was an enlightening conversation. You guys missed out.
Well, you're gonna hopefully get it again.
Yeah.
Zain, I overheard you before this. We ran into Silent Wolf, which was great to see, and I overheard you talking about Rivals. And with the full knowledge that you are contractually obligated to talk about how Rivals is a great game,
awesome
we all
game.
love it. We love it. How does it feel for you to be the lone top player who's only in Melee? Everyone else is Rivals pilled. I go in the VIP room, all I hear them talking about is Rano versus Zetterburn and how much they hate Orcane and Crag is the worst. And how does it feel for you to be sitting there waiting for you turn on the setup?
It's annoying. It's like everyone, Cody talks about Rivals hands, Leffen's like, God, I don't really care about Melee, which he genuinely believes, but it's so annoying for me to hear because like, if I lose to any of them while they're playing Rivals, I'm just a clown, and I don't want to be a clown, so I'm working hard to make sure I win the events.
Yeah, but I feel like they have nothing at risk, right?
No.
You're the only one actually out there grinding.
Yeah. I've been putting in work, just playing a lot of Melee, and some Rivals.
I noticed when I was looking at your stream earlier that you did your due diligence and you did the Rivals stream when it came out, and you've done a few since then, and you've hyped up the game. But it's like, since Rivals came out, it's like 10 streams, and 3 of them are Rivals, and then there's 7 Melee streams, and they're just all titled Grind, lowercase.
It's kind of, that's how I used to title all my old streams from like 2019 to 2020.
Before you were super content filled.
Before I go through phases of like being very content filled and then just needing to like destroy people in Melee, I think.
Is that what keeps you going, just needing to destroy people? Because I can imagine if everyone else is focusing on a different game, you're like, hey guys, what about me? Don't we like this game?
Yeah, I think for me, it's a lot about like pushing my limits right now because I think I'm at a phase of my Melee career where I can, frankly, like surpass all the competition right now with the way that I'm playing and like the things that I'm discovering.
Okay, so you think that you're moving forward in play?
Definitely, yeah.
We talked about it.
We did talk about it.
It's okay.
So I don't want to just reiterate that.
But say it again a little bit.
Yeah, basically, I think that because I have a very like kind of comfortable ranking spot right now in terms of results.
Yeah.
And in prior years, I've been very like fixated on maintaining that, and like it's kind of led me to play safer in the past. But now that I'm like, I think I have like 3 majors on Cody or something. It's letting me play more flexibly and kind of play Melee the way that I want to play with more enthusiasm and passion.
What does Melee the way you want to play look like? You said enthusiasm, passion, but like, give us a picture of the Zain who's playing just to win and the Zain who's playing Melee the way that he wants to play it.
Yeah, so like in 2022, I think, especially like with the conditions of like the narrative and competition, we're coming back from online. I felt like I had a lot to prove.
Yeah.
So I wanted #1 no matter what.
Right.
And I think it made my playstyle very rigid in terms of my mix-ups and the way I moved and the way I prepared, like very game plan specific. But now that I feel like pretty comfortable with like, my public perceived skill, I can kind of play flexible, more mix-up heavy, and just more freely.
When you play public perceived skill, I want to clarify here because I think I get what you mean. I think it might be different. I don't think you actually care how good the public thinks you are. I think you're more talking about the consensus of rankings for the year.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. You're saying like, look, you're going to be #1 for the year. It's pretty close.
I don't want to jinx it somehow because
you're in a very comfortable position.
I keep saying comfortable, but I could have said that last year too.
That's true.
And then Cody locked in. He locked in.
He did lock in.
I kind of lost #1 by 1 game at Shan 2023.
Yeah, if you win that, we never have the match. The match doesn't even exist.
But yeah, I mean, it is a more comfortable spot than last year. Yeah. Obviously, things could change. That's why I'm trying to, like, I'm not thinking about the ranking for this tournament specifically.
Yeah.
I just want to play just like very free. and I want to like just mix the shit out of my opponents.
You want to mix the shit out of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Where does that, is that just, because that's not how you were playing in 2022, right? You think that's going to be the key to leveling up your play going forward, is mixing the shit out of them?
Definitely. I think I can make decisions more quick, like quality decisions more quickly.
Okay.
I think my game plan from all like my practice and like the prior years
Yeah.
have been very practiced and reiterated.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to workshop those too much.
Yeah.
And I think the main improvement comes from honestly playing like someone like Mango. I think there's a lot to take from him. Yeah.
Well, you've always talked about that whenever he's down, you're the one saying like, I believe in him. He's gonna make it back to the top again. How do you feel about this current little break he's taking? It feels like a little different than the other like Mango super depressed moments.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So he had his summer where he just like ascended.
Yeah, he looked
like,
incredible.
He looked incredible,
Tipped off was
both
insane.
in and out of game. I got worked. A lot of people were jawning for me because I was playing Ultimate.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think people don't understand that I was playing Melee.
Yeah, you
like
were.
off stream.
Yeah.
Which is funny that people make excuses for me, but I don't need them to do that. I kind of got tossed in the set, but you know, he was playing really good, played well at Supernova, even though he doesn't think so. So I think a break for him right now, leading into Genesis will be really good because he always starts Genesis like he's always burnt out.
Yeah.
And I think having the break before that into our biggest super major will be good.
Mango Genesis has not looked good for the last few years.
Not the last few
it's
years,
just not the right.
I think he'll carry
time
this
in the
time.
schedule. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. There's something you just said that I don't remember. It's fine. We can. Oh, you talked about Ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that you did the Ultimate poisoning impacts at all, like your stance on, or the way that you react to everyone else playing two different games right now, to so many other people playing Rivals? Like, does it impact your desire to play Rivals at all, having done that?
No. No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, I think I just like Rivals more too.
Yeah, that's fair. And you have been playing it.
I've been playing it. I could see myself playing it competitively. I don't know how competitively.
Yeah.
I think people underestimate how hard it is to try to become the best in the world at a game. Like people do understand, but like from my perspective, I can't just pick up Rivals and be the GOAT. Like I need to love it, which I think I could, but like the amount that I would need to grind is like unholy.
Have you ever loved a game as much as Melee?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
Not even close, right?
Not even close. And that's why I think I had this perception of being like not great at games. I thought I was good when I was in high school. I thought I was a shit. Now I'm like looking at all these different games, like Mango's just like cracked at everything.
Yeah.
I see Void and I'm just like, I'm not a gamer, I
World's
guess.
greatest gamer was crazy.
I'll play Fall Guys and I'll think I'm the GOAT. Or like Mario Party. I can every game that I played as a kid, I think I'm really good at. But my desire to pick up something new, it doesn't hit the same like level of dopamine as Melee does for me.
Grinding.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
You are actually the patron saint of everyone who is at the fest till like 4 a.m. because it just feels so good to keep pressing buttons.
I've done that so many times.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, we know. That's the off stream that we're talking about.
It's the off stream, yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Okay, this is obviously, like we said, the first interview was cut for a reason. But I want to talk about this because I feel like we were talking about something really interesting.
Okay.
You were talking about aMSa, and so I don't have a natural transition here, but I'm just going to bring it up. Obviously, you're in a comfortable position, but when you see the dinosaur in your path, that is the one thing that like spells doom for you.
Definitely.
Recently.
Yeah, I can't ignore it. Like, it's just real stats.
Yeah,
like I'm
that's true.
0-5 or 0-6 this year.
Yeah.
It still doesn't deter me. I've been in these spots before.
Yeah.
Versus Axe, versus Hungry Box, versus Club. I don't even know.
But here's the thing, because I am going to contradict you on this. It's true. You've been in those spots before.
I was up.
Well, you started down, and then you got up, and then you've stayed up on all of those people.
Sure.
It's not like it's gone back and forth. On aMSa, I think people have a little bit of an incorrect perception about this. You had a 6-set winning streak on him.
Oh, I was nasty versus him.
You destroyed him. And then he went into the lab, he prepped for you specifically, and since then it's been really bad. So that's a different dynamic than you've ever faced before.
That is true. I think that's fair. I think it's a testament to how good he is as a competitor and how hard he's willing to work to fix Similar to me, I guess. But for him, I think it's even more impressive, frankly, just because he's in Japan, is working with Yoshi.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give him too much of the Yoshi credit because I think that's bullshit. Like, I think Yoshi's pretty good. And a lot
So does he. So does
he also thinks he's good, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, what people say.
Yeah.
But we're just going to have to see who's better.
That's beast.
Long term, right? Right now he's got me.
Right now he's got you. But
yeah.
I don't know if we'd say he's better. It's an interesting thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like, I'm going to say something and I feel like your answer might just be no. You know, it sounds like to you, it feels the same mentally like when you were in a hole against HBox and when you were in a hole against Axe and everything. It doesn't feel like a different situation.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's because I have faith in Marth as a character, and I don't think I pushed the matchup as far as it needs to go. Especially from like a punish perspective.
On Yoshi.
On Yoshi specifically. So I think mentally for me it needs to be the same because I've worked my way out of those situations and I have to work my way out of this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you get out of those situations when you started the run on Hungrybox, when you started beating Axe consistently, Plup, etc.? What did you do behind the scenes on your own time to get out of that?
Just fixation of like the specific matchup.
You're such a grinder.
I mean, if you look at my streams, you can just see it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like
you're locked in.
During pandemic, like I think I played versus Tyler Swift every day.
Yeah, I remember.
Like literally hours a day.
You're flying out to tournaments and shit too.
Versus Hungrybox, it was all I'd wake up, watch my Hungrybox set, go to bed, watch my Hungrybox set, play versus every kind of like Prince of Boo, my friend Mahone, Two Saints.
Yeah.
And now, like, it was always the thing with Puff was it was my comfort matchup.
Yes.
And I think it always was.
Yes.
It's just that Hungrybox is a beast.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I have his player habits, like, down. And I need to do that for aMSa because he's definitely got some habits.
He's got some habits. It's true. It's true. But it's hard because when you play him, you're playing the character and the player all at once in a way that's not true for any other top tier in this game.
And he's really good.
And he's really, really, really good. He's really, really good. Have you been watching this week? How much time do you think this week you spent fixated on aMSa?
If I'm being honest, not as much.
All right, I need to go place a bet.
As I'd want. But like I think I put in enough time to win.
Okay.
Just not like
in the long
term. In the long term, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I've played it enough, and I have like a fresh approach to the matchup that I want to try, which I think is what I need.
I won't ask you just to reveal it, but I'm excited to see it in action because I remember the days when you were sunning him and yeah, it was good.
It was great.
This is one last thing I'll ask. I just like seeing, nothing against aMSa, I just like seeing Yoshi lose. It's a personal thing.
Okay. Who is it? Whiskers.
Yeah. Whiskers. It's a grudge.
Yeah.
I get the PTSD. I'll ask one more question about aMSa. You know, I felt personally watching your sets at Genesis especially, it felt like you were trying a game plan that he had evolved to beat in the first few matches, and then after that, you switched modes a lot.
Completely.
Yeah. Right? Like you were doing the Nair stuff a lot. You were trying to challenge him in the air, and he's just gotten insanely good at beating you air to air.
Yeah.
And then you started playing more walling, more patient, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Do you feel like you've been able to lock into that new mode for any of the sets against him, or does it still feel like a kind of, I have to figure it out mid-set?
It always feels like I do it too little too late.
Right? Because that's what I've noticed. It feels like you're not going in quite on that
It happened at Eggdog is just exactly similar to Genesis, because I 3-0'd in winners.
Yep.
Then I play him in losers.
And
it was game 5.
Bring it back. Yeah.
So I know what I'm doing is good.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of having it ready to go the first
You got to start doing it sooner.
I got to do it sooner, yeah. And it's not like he dodges me or anything. No. Like I'll go to Eggdog, he'll play me.
Yeah.
He'll play me whenever.
Yeah.
That's not the problem. Like he's also just like he's just also changing so much himself. And that matters so much in that matchup too, in terms of survivability as well.
Yeah, we're presenting it as if it's like just this one new aMSa you have to beat, but that's obviously not true. At every tournament, he's a different player.
He's just different. Yeah. But I feel confident. I think I would love to play him in a long form set too. Yeah. Like a 1st to 10 or something
that'd be
like
fun.
that.
He's not had great luck with those. Although, to be fair, neither did you.
Great luck with a first. Recently, I had good luck.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's
It's just
true.
your most high profile.
Yeah.
one. But he has not. the
He
Plump
has
aMSa one.
demonstrably not. Yeah.
That was crazy.
I'll admit it. I've watched that set more than I'd like to admit. And
Are you watching it to learn? Business or pleasure?
both. definitely both. Because I was considering Cheek for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, when you watch Plump do that, you're like,
It looks very. I messaged Plup, to
Yeah.
be honest, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Do you think it's dumb for me to
That's
try
cool.
Sheik?"
Okay.
And he was like,
No, you
"No."
should.
He's like, "I think
Yeah.
that matchup's easy,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, true."
yeah.
But I want to figure out with Marth. Like, yeah,
Exactly. You like to set challenges for yourself and then I think get off on the high of like actually doing them.
definitely.
Right? That's
Yeah,
what it
you
feels
summed
like.
it up.
Yeah. All right. Just to end things, like we said, you're going into the end of the year pretty comfortable for number one. Obviously, things could change.
Mhm.
So, what do you want your focus to be next year? Is it just still be number one as long as I can, or are you evolving to new places as well? Because I know you focused a lot on your stream this year too. You focused on some other stuff.
Yeah,
What does Zain in 2025 look like?
more balance for sure.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to strike as a competitor in Melee, where it's just so easy to play. Like when you
4 a.m. grind sessions.
when you
That's what we're talking
my
about.
problem is when I feel like I'm not being productive.
Yeah.
My brain thinks it's okay to just grind Melee, which, you know what?
It's your
Honestly,
job.
it is.
That's
yeah,
your job.
but it's deceiving because I'm like, I could be doing a lot of other things, and
Yeah.
like, is this like marginal? It's like very marginal benefit of playing like that extra hour or so. So I want to kind of transfer that to like, my content, which I think I found a solid formula for like. Not a formula, I want to say. Like, I think I'm just getting better on camera.
Yeah.
And I used to hate streaming. I love it
I
now.
know.
I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I found what makes it fun for me. And then, my YouTube, I just need to like get consistent with it. It's just very hard when you're competing. And then, I want to keep winning. But like, kind of what I was talking about to you before with like less pressure of worrying about like my rank. And like maybe the end of this year with like the comfort of like how I got number one, I can get used to playing with like passion and enthusiasm,
That'd be
carry
sick.
that into next
That'd
year,
be sick.
and it'll just be better for me overall.
I think that I don't have any doubts about that because I think I've said this in an interview with you before, but I've now interviewed you for a
Quite a
long
few
part of
times.
your career.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
Since the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, and you are by far you are the one player whose motivation never flags. Or maybe it does and we don't see it, but you're not on Twitter talking about it. I don't know.
You will not catch me on Twitter talking about
And
that.
that's not to denigrate anyone else whose motivation does flag. It's a natural thing, but like I've never seen it for you.
I think, for me, Melee is still special. And I want it to be for a long time.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, that's going to do it. Any last things you want to say? I'll let you get out of here. I have a commentary block. I was going to interview Moki. Who knows if that's
I hope
happening.
everyone has an easier time with their rivals' hands. We'll see what happens in bracket, but I'm excited for this tournament.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zain. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more interviews from Dope Park on the Grass and maybe more tournaments, who knows? I'm doing it again right now. We'll see. Stay tuned to the channel. I've been Zain. This has been Zain. Bye.